guys. How are y'all doing? Long time no see. This is still in the screen. It's okay. Hopefully that'll. I think I've got it blocked from the light. There we go. It'll work. Whatever.
Okay.
How's everybody doing? Thank y'all for being patient with us once again.
We're not intentionally lying to you guys when we're like we're coming back, and then we're gone for another 3 days.
Yeah, it's
It's not on
sickness.
purpose. Yeah.
Got sick right after the last live we did, and that's just the way it has been. But she said to love you guys. Glasses. Thank you, Donna Barnes. We appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for being here tonight. The reason we wanted to do this show is because there's been some new developments with Megan Boswell's case. If you're not familiar with who she is, Evelyn Boswell was her one-year-old daughter who had disappeared 3 years ago now.
It was in 2020.
In 2020. And they ended up finding her. Go ahead.
So she disappeared. Nobody in her family had seen her, or certain family members had not seen her since December of 2019. But nobody reported her missing until her grandfather reported her missing in February. And at that point, that's when they issued the Amber Alert and everything and started trying to look for her. They finally found her a few weeks later, and her mother, Megan, has been charged with her murder.
Yes.
So.
Hey, I plead the fifth. Hey, Music City Mom. Prissy Penny Pincher, good to see you in here. Coconut Cream, Lisa a little bit. I understand. Look, we haven't been on very much, so don't worry about missing us because we haven't been here. But we're back, and we're cold-hearted biatch says, I know the grandfather very well. See, there was a lot of confusion as to why he said things that he had said, and then, which I believe that they fully tried to set him up.
Oh, I do too.
That's our personal opinion. This is another case that is very, very close to us. This is Sullivan County. So Summers' case, is Hawkins County. Right there, half of Beach Creek is Sullivan. So this all happened within the span of,
a year and a half.
Summer, Evelyn, these cases rocked this area. Yeah. We hadn't had anything like this. So, clips to show you. She was back in court today.
So her trial is not until next year, but they were trying to decide whether some pictures, I guess, could be used in the trial today. That's why they were in court.
Right. To go over some plans that we have that we're going to be working on. Inquisitive Jade is going to be coming up. If y'all are familiar with Peter Nygaard case, this sick individual.
Yeah.
She's going to be coming on and talking to us firsthand about. We're probably going to end up doing that tomorrow, I think.
Well, we're going to talk.
We're going to talk to her, and then we'll point her in. Well, I mean, our next show. Sorry.
I told her we would talk about when we were going to be able to do it. And you're like, we're going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be doing some stuff. We're gonna be pumping some stuff out because.
Yes. And speaking of the whole Evelyn Boswell case, I know Cam has told y'all weeks ago that I had a video coming out, and I still do. I just haven't. Things have been rocky around here lately, so we've had a lot going on, and I've not been able to do it. I'm going to get it, I promise. I've got so much stuff done already. I just have to actually film the video. So,
people want to see. We're going to be picking up some new. I'm going to be actually covering. I don't know if y'all have heard of it. Have you heard of the House of Hammer? The actor Armie Hammer and the stuff he went through. I centering on that, same as I saw on Peter Nygaard. We're going to be going over that stuff. I think we're going to add that into the same into the same kind of episode that we do with the Peter Nygaard case. These are two people, family. The House of Hammer is the Hammer family. If you have heard of the guy Armand Hammer, that's his name. He's the grandfather. That whole thing is so crazy. If you guys have looked into it, we're going to be covering a lot of that kind of stuff. So Patricia Emmons Price says, who is Peter Nygaard? Peter Nygaard is a fashion mogul. He made clothes for middle class women. He was a sick individual, and he
very much so.
Very much so. We're going to get into that. He was known to grape lots of women, if that makes sense. Very, very nasty. The Hammers, Charlie Boops, she knows what's up. Like the House of Hammer, this documentary, if you haven't seen it, Inquisitive Jade said he's basically the devil. Yes, he is, Peter Nygaard. But if you haven't seen, I'm going to recommend, if you've got Discovery Plus, go watch the House of Hammer, and you'll know what we're going to get into. I'm going to deep dive, and I'm going to find out some stuff that probably wasn't talked about on that documentary. I think it'll be good. And to have somebody like Inquisitive Jade that is firsthand, that knows this story firsthand, it's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Denny Lenny, she said, I watched an interview his aunt did about the whole family. Sick people. Arm & Hammer, that his name is from the Russian flag, the Arm and the Hammer from the Russian flag.
It just makes me think of
the baking soda. But they're all so this will help maybe people. Do you know who Armie Hammer is? He's the actor who played in the Lone Ranger with he was the Lone Ranger. Johnny Depp was Tonto. That's who we're talking about. It's gonna get pretty good. They said our lips don't match the sound. I think it's. Are we lagging a little bit?
Well, see, this one always lags because it's like what they see.
I think we're doing okay. I think everything's okay. Sorry, Bopace, if it's not matching up. Oh, it's fine now.
Okay.
Inquisitive Jason. Okay, cool. All right, so this is what we're going to start out with tonight. I think that y'all will like this. I'm going to Michelle said, "Oh, give me some Johnny Depp." See, that's what's crazy is that Armie Hammer, all this happened with Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer around the same time. I'm not taking any sides either way. After Johnny Depp's last trial, we saw that things kind of went a different direction, but then there's been other things that have come out, right?
Yeah, I haven't looked into much of it, but
we're gonna cover all that. We're not gonna get into we're gonna get into all that. That's a whole nother episode. I'm just giving you a rundown what we're gonna be working on. So up the first thing we're gonna show. This is on Megan Boswell. Today she asked for a new attorney. So let me share this.
So I saw Diane P. that said that Evelyn looked like your kids did at that age. That is one reason that this case has such a place in my heart, because when she was missing, I kept telling Cam the whole time, I was like, she looks like she could be one of ours, because she looks so much like our two. Just the blonde hair, blue eyes, and I don't know. It broke my heart.
Is this the same story?
That does not look like it.
I don't think it is. Hold on a second. Let me refresh this. All right. So let this play. Let me let this load real quick. And we'll let it play as soon as it loads. Okay, here it is.
Attorney apparently could be splitting ways. Boswell said in court this afternoon that that hearing today, Megan Boswell and her attorney apparently could be splitting ways. Boswell said in court this afternoon that she's asking for a new attorney based on what she called differences in opinion. Megan said she and her court-appointed attorney Brad Sproles have been at odds and have had a hard time preparing for today's hearing. She said that she is also having a difference of opinion when it comes to witnesses that should be brought in. Sproles, her attorney, agreed, saying their ability to communicate and work together has suffered. The judge in the case, though, heard all of this and then denied her request for a new attorney and said the decision like this could delay her case significantly.
Okay. So first off, she goes in and it gets better than this. Believe that.
Well,
There's
not better.
Well, not better
more that
detail
we're gonna-
now that comes
Yeah.
out. They're not going to give her a new attorney this far in. She's not happy with whatever plea agreement at the table for her for coming up trials. And that's the reason she thinks that she's going to get by with trying to get a different attorney at the last minute. She's not going to get all Jose Baez. She's not. That's not happening.
No.
And for good reason why.
So the judge kept telling her that just didn't, that the reasons that she gave were not good reasons to need a new attorney. So that's why he didn't hear that. So
yeah,
which that attorney has been with her since the beginning. So
yeah, she cold-hearted bitch said he wants her and she wants it all to go to trial. I don't think she realizes what will happen to her if this goes to trial. Yeah. I guess if you're in that position, she's guilty of sin, in my opinion. Maybe not something else, but that's my opinion. We'll just have to wait and see. But there was a forensic pathologist on the stand today. And I think that's what we'll cover.
So, well, we've learned kind of the last two times that she went. When the last time she went in, I think a bond reduction hearing, and we kind of learned more about what had happened to Evelyn then, because we actually found out where.
Hey, Constance.
It's like
she waved it up.
But yeah, we learned kind of more of where she was found at the last time in court, and today we found out even more, and it's very
Should we get into that now?
Yeah.
All right, share this one now, guys. And when you hear what this forensic pathologist says, it's
trigger warning.
Yeah, trigger warning. Please, if you're not ready for it, I suggest you mute out right now. Actually, hold on a second. I have this.
Yeah.
There's trigger warning going across the bottom of the screen. And we're going to talk about summer too when we get through this a little bit, because I'm going to tell you about some stuff we kind of left off on last time. Donna Barnes, welcome to members. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we have not forgot what we told you guys. We are going to be doing a members only with you guys very, very soon. But thank you, Donna Barnes, for becoming a member. All right, let me share this, and we're going to go over what this forensic pathologist talked about. Okay. All right. Do I have to read this one?
Possibly.
Okay.
Yes.
So, this one says, in Bluntville, Tennessee, a forensic pathologist testified Friday in Sullivan County that she believes Evelyn Boswell passed away from asphyxia. Dr. Darinka Melusnik-Polchan believes that Evelyn passed away by asphyxia with 4 different mechanisms present. It is believed that Evelyn was upside down in a trash can and suffocated by a blanket and aluminum foil. Special Agent Brian Fraley with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation testified regarding when Evelyn's remains were found. He testified that when authorities opened a playhouse door on the Boswell family property, there was a trash can and a trash bag with Evelyn's body inside. Megan Boswell told Judge James Goodwin that she wanted a new attorney, and as she and defense attorney Brad Sproles had difference of opinion, Judge Goodwin denied that motion. A ruling on that motion regarding the allowance of certain photos in the trial has not been made yet. We will have updates as they become available.
Scroll up now and show what the title of that is.
They're here.
Because it
says forensic pathologists believe Evelyn Boswell passed away from asphyxia, had foil in the mouth. This is what is insane. So terrible.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. I mean, I don't, the thing about this whole case is, though, they had searched that playhouse once before.
Well, that property.
And the playhouse.
Well, they had searched the property multiple times. There's a lot to this case. A lot. I mean, it seems pretty open and shut now if you don't know anything about it or you didn't follow it as it was happening. But it was like a new turn every single day.
It was.
It was crazy. So we'll go over a lot of that, though, because I've got it all. I promise.
Yeah, your video is going to be good when you put it out. She's done a lot of research on it. Another thing I think that needs to be mentioned as far as Evelyn's case is that, oh no, that's not good. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That wasn't good. Another thing that needs to be mentioned in her case is that, okay, so there was a playhouse belonging to Megan when she was little on her father's property. They had searched that property and that playhouse from everything I remember.
Mm-hmm.
That means that child was moved, in my opinion. You don't dismiss the TBI and all of them searching, but then again, we see what's happened with Summer's case.
Right.
I dropped a bombshell last week, and I saw that Michelle After Dark had talked about it some, about certain kind of hits happening on, by different kinds of dogs. We were just watching a case where a pastor him and his wife had moved a lady in what was it called? The Emerald Beach. Something. He had buried this lady that had moved in with them. He ended up they said that she was a surrogate.
They told the congregation that they had always wanted a baby and she was their surrogate. But in all actuality, the pastor got her pregnant and she was living with them, and I guess they were having some sort of polyamorous relationship. And then she just disappeared, up and left after the baby was born.
That's what the story was told to the congregation.
Right.
On this. Well, sister worked at a bar and was bartending, the sister of the female that had disappeared. Because I remember that case. Well, she overheard somebody at the bar say that her sister was in the backyard. Cadaver dogs, all sorts of different search dogs. They dug it up, didn't they?
I don't know if they ever really dug it up. They said they searched back there, but it didn't go into, because they were talking about how there was different ways that you could tell if ground was a what's the
Fort
word?
Walton. That's exactly
Yes.
Miss Delta lady. That's exactly right. Fort Walton. Come to find out, the police had cleared that off as her not being there.
Mm-hmm.
She was in that backyard that whole time. Cadaver dogs didn't hit or anything. So I understand where points of view are saying, well, she could, Summer could still possibly be on Ben Hill. They used ground penetrating radar.
Yeah, they did use that.
Yeah.
But they were, there was it was other things that we had talked about whenever we had one of the drone here, well, both of the drone operators on here, how you can tell by even how the grass grows back and how if flowers grow there. Because after somebody is buried, then it basically, as they start to decompose, that's awful. It makes the ground
Fertile.
More fertile to be able to grow more.
I don't
greenery.
think Inquisitive did that. They did. I think that they do know that. I think those were things that are just, I honestly probably shouldn't have jumped the gun and said what I said. I shouldn't have done that. And
without my permission, you said that.
Without your permission?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have jumped the gun at that. I've just gotten so sick of not having anything happen in this case. Go up there and dig that whole mountain. You have to. There has to be something.
This is something I was going to say. So, yeah, they took dirt from Evelyn's case. I hate when we jump around
We're
like
gonna
that,
bounce
but I just
her,
saw
yeah.
that. They took dirt and maybe a pillow, I think, from under the trailer I was living in. So,
yeah.
I always felt like maybe that she had been moved from there to the place where to the Megan's dad's property.
I don't know what's going on tonight. I don't know if we got and hit it right or what, but this is what I wanted to talk about. I thought this would be important. We're kind of going to just BS through the rest of this. we put that a little bit together because that's the new thing out. But we always give you at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, so we're going to do that. But so if it was wrong for me on talking about certain hits in the Beach Creek area by canines, all I can say is that I apologize for that. I will say publicly that I'm sorry for that. But one thing that I will not apologize for is trying to get to the bottom of this case. The longer year, 2 years, because believe it or not, sooner or later, we're going to be on 2 years.
Yeah, hopefully not, but
if
things don't change.
Mama Davis says was the grandfather involved in Evelyn's case. I don't think so, but we don't know.
I don't think so.
He put up a reward himself. He owned a very was it concrete, asphalt paving company. I think his business,
him and his son.
Yeah, I think his business took a very big hit during this, but he put a reward up.
I mean, he was the one that had called DCS and reported her missing, and he seemed, in my opinion, to be very genuine in the times that he talked on the news and in that time. That's just my opinion. The mom, now Megan's mom and her boyfriend, I still have many questions about them.
I mean, that man, her boyfriend, Megan's mom's boyfriend, come out of the courthouse singing that song. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They were giving clues, I think. I think he was giving clues because he was sick of getting in trouble for what Megan or whoever had done. Sherfy people said that they believed that Sherfy could still be involved. Well, listen, Sherfy Jr. lived on Muddy Creek Road. That's where Evelyn and her, now we're completely speculating now. Or worse, you know, yeah, Michelle, he was singing a song. See if you can find that clip, babe.
I know something else we're going to talk about in a minute.
Oh, I never true. Y'all want to get a laugh real quick before we goes any farther? Hold on 1 second. I saw him, just John Davis.
Oh, I saw him.
Or you saw him. Hold on before we go any farther.
Hey, Amanda.
Megan's parents back together. Did you see that?
Are they?
See? Hey, Amanda Vita. I want to show y'all something funny. Let me see if I can find it right. Go ahead, babe. Cover what we were talking about.
Well, now, let's just go ahead and show this. So, Cam got a phone call today and basically was told that he needed to check, or actually got a text message first, didn't you?
Yeah, he said, sorry about this, but it's for your own good. Hold on a second. Here it comes. I'm gonna play this one for y'all. And this is all in good fun, everybody. Yes, he was singing something down at the willow tree.
Yep.
That's exactly right. And that's where it was, wasn't it?
Well,
the shed, her little playhouse was underneath the willow tree. Right?
it was behind the shed. I don't know if there was a willow tree there.
Okay, here we go, guys. Let me mute out of this. This is, like I said, all in good fun. And there's that. Hold on. No, thank you. And no, thank you on that one. Anyway.
I'm gonna make that picture the background of my phone.
He said,
with that girl.
He said Cam sounds like a wounded animal. So I get a text message today that said it's for your own good. I couldn't help it. I had to post it. And I was like, oh my God, what has he done? And that's what he had done.
He said, I love it. You get sports.
Yeah. Dude, I can laugh at myself, man. None of us here are perfect, that's for sure.
I thought it was hilarious.
It was. Anyway. So, she said, I like that curl.
That's what I want. That was the I kept pointing out. I was like, look at that curl. Your hair's almost long enough now.
I know, it's almost there.
Hey, I have a little miniature curling iron there. We can make it happen.
Oh, gosh. Cam sings like an
He
angel.
does. He sings like an angel. What you're supposed to say? Viewers have said that I have a
Viewers
lovely
have said that I have a lovely voice. Anyway. So yeah, can you find that?
Cam should grow and wear that curl.
I will, and I'm gonna wear that one glove too every time. So, speaking of that
Michael
one
Jackson.
glove, here, John Davis, this is just for you, buddy. Anyway,
Okay. What now?
can you find that clip?
Of who's singing? Oh, I thought you were
Of
talking
the
about John
moms.
Davis. I was like, I don't know if he's sung on
Oh gosh, yeah, I'm gonna have to get a video of him singing. Hey, John Davis, why don't you channel your inner MJ? I need you to send me a clip of you singing, John Davis, if you don't mind. Yeah, find that.
See, I have so many things.
What was his name? The mom's boyfriend, Michael.
Hold on.
Lovely lyrics to a slightly delusional wife. So we're gonna be Yo Bubs Charlie Boop says I'm almost certain positive that Sherfy and Boswell dated. If that's a listen, this is what's really got me. People sneered and were like no. There is no other coincidences that happen the way they do in Summer's case. He is what 8 minutes away from where Evelyn Boswell's found, and the trailer that they were staying at, right? You found it right there, wasn't it?
No, I'm trying to find that because I think I have it screen recorded, but I don't know where it's at. Hold on. His name's William McLeod, by the way. I don't know where
William McLeod, yeah. Hold on, we're gonna find this real quick. I would just put sings. There it is. There it is.
Find it.
Here, I'll Google it.
No, not on Google, on YouTube.
Find it on YouTube? Okay. So check this out. Is it 2 C's? Yeah, there it is. This is the enhanced audio. Should I play the short one right here?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Oh,
Let me share this real quick. Too many coincidences with Jody Poo Poo, too. That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. We're not done with her yet either. People have moved on. We're not done. But we're going to be talking about other things along with all this, too. Listen to this, though. Now, let me mute out here.
Last time you saw Evelyn.
Go and get that camera out my face, man.
Do you know where Evelyn is? Do you have anything to say to the public? Anything you'd like us to share?
Venus loves you.
Yeah, down by the sycamore tree is where he sings. That and we'll just have to look at the property. Well, now give me the address, and we'll pull it up real quick, so we can give you a better look of everything right here. Rhonda Moon. I actually came out with that he lived. See, when we first broke this about Sherfy and Hickard and it not being the charges that he had, he lived 8 minutes away from Evelyn Boswell, from the trailer and from the dad's property. It's
the 500 block of Muddy Creek Road.
okay. So hold on a second. Let me pull maps up right here. Oh, I don't want to do that. I did have the whole address, but hold on a second. Let me clear this out here, and I'll answer questions in just. Let's see, what do people say? Yes, glitter. Let me make sure I'm keeping up with everything. On the Sherfy's family page, my heart dropped to my feet because I saw a little girl with her clothes half hanging off that looked like Summer, and the way he was looking at her. On the Sherfy family page, glitter is forever. Let me know when that. Look for that. Now there's a picture of a child that they're holding, Sherfy Sr., and his hand is up. Did you see that? Up the baby's pants leg? I have that picture. And if I can find it, I will.
I did not see that.
You haven't seen that? Yeah. And this is just what it is. And yeah, hold on a second. I'm going to share this real quick. Let me make sure I'm in the. There's Muddy Creek Road, Bluntville, Tennessee. Okay. Now let me share this real quick. Boy, heat got hot, didn't it?
No, it feels amazing. Thank you.
Gosh, I am burning up. Okay.
I've been freezing.
So Muddy Creek Road right here, and this is where it's going to get crazy. They lived right behind the airport. I had the correct address. It's 41.
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Hold on. Now the airport. Here's Muddy Creek Road. Look here, Tommy and Sons Paving.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
This right here is where.
So I guess that whole hill was their family. I think her grandmother, Megan's grandmother, lived on this property, and her dad lived on the property.
Do you see the road that comes off of that?
Morlock Drive.
Morlock Drive.
Holy moly.
Do you know what other road comes off of that? Morlock's all even out there in Beach Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
It was Morlock's Kingsport.
Yeah. That right there.
543 Muddy Creek Road.
543. That's exactly where we're at, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hold on a second. Morlock Drive. And we're going to follow this. Hold on, guys. Give me just a second. Let me zoom in on here. So this is Tommy and Sons Paving. This is where the house is. Where's the little...
We'll see the whole hill here. I don't know who, I guess they lived in.
Even this down here.
Yeah, maybe.
I could have been. So they had a big property to search.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna follow something real quick though. I'm interested in Morlock Drive here. Muddy Creek Road and Morlock. Lunsford Private Drive. Now, Sherfy lived not far back near the airport, 8 minutes away. So let's follow Muddy Creek Road. It's Muddy Creek, Ridgeway Drive. He lived right inside of where look here, Haskell Whitaker Road. Sugar Hollow Trail. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
What is this right here? JDH Lake House. Sugar Hollow. Is this the same where Warriors would be coming into?
I don't know. Oh.
I believe it might be. People don't. Yeah, look, even Michelle After Dark is very, like, she still says Sherfy is one of her main people. I think so too. Their court dates are the exact same day. It makes no sense that they would put those the same day, would it?
Well, I mean, unless they're just doing crimes against children those days, but
It's pretty high profile cases.
yeah. Well, his wasn't. Well, I get
I guess it was for Sullivan County. But let's follow. Okay, Tommy and Sons. Let's follow Morlock Drive here. There's Holly Farm Stables, Morlock. Does this turn to? Let's see. Holly Road. There has to be a connection to that. I know there is. I'm going to do some research on that. I'm not going to take your all's time up sitting here doing it while we're live right now. But hey, okie dokie. Lady May, he's number one suspect for me too. But she was right there in the shed the whole time. The high school BFF is a neighbor, and I spent tons of time in Muddy Creek. Educated opinion, cool. See, so you would know. So let's see, my high school BFF is a neighbor. Oh, okay. Can you answer if Sherfy? Hey, Raybird. Can you answer educated opinion if Sherfy would have been somebody that would have dated Megan Boswell? That's been a big question of mine. Rock Jim, that's okay. Thank you for being here. Cracking cases to follow that road closely. I will. I'm going to go back and I'm going to follow all that very, very closely. I'm going to be doing some work. I'm feeling a lot better than I have been. So we're going to be back on it. If educated opinion, did she answer back?
Mm-mm.
I'm trying. Only a lunatic will ever understand a lunatic. I want to know if Megan would have ever dated
Or even been friends with.
Sherfy. To the same school, right? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Heather. Yes, she did have. Now, Rhonda Moon, yes, she did have a live-in boyfriend. He owned, what was it called? The Chicken Shack?
Yes.
He opened a restaurant, and their family had money, and they pretty much denied everything about her when this happened. Well, you know, who wouldn't? Hey, Linda Sims. Is that how I said it? Linisms?
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 I don't know. We're not good at people's names.
Oh, thank you, Prissy Penny Pitcher. She said, I'm so glad. We're glad to be back.
Yes.
I don't know house chasing. We haven't been able. Can you guys give a quick rundown on baby Evelyn's case? Wasn't she not even report? Yeah. Okay. So they passed the law. Go ahead with that.
They ended up passing Evelyn's law in Tennessee, which I think now parents only have 24 hours to report their child missing, which that's what any normal parent, if your child was missing, you would. But Megan, I told a little bit about this earlier in the beginning, but certain family members of her had not seen Megan or not seen Evelyn since December. At first they were just saying maybe around Christmas time, and then the grandfather, Tommy, who is Megan's dad, he said I hadn't seen her since around Thanksgiving. And there was a babysitter who had allegedly seen her around December 10th or 11th or 12th. And so they changed that to be the last known sighting of Evelyn. Well, the grandfather, Tommy, Megan's dad, he ended up in February 18th, I'm thinking. He called DCS in Tennessee. And he said, hey, something's not right. I've not seen my grandbaby. I don't know where she's at. Her mom keeps coming up with excuses and not bringing her around. And so DCS ended up reporting it to the cops. And then they ended up releasing they ended up doing the Amber Alert the next day on February 19th, I believe. So, yeah, it turns out that she had been missing since December and nobody had seen her. And within just a few weeks of them actually issuing the Amber Alert, they found her. It was in March that they ended up finding her. But
so, Miss Christine, thank you for sending that to me, and thank y'all for watching. I'm going to show you this. She just sent me so Morlock Road. Now, were we on Morlock Drive?
yeah.
Okay, now there's Morlock Road and then there's Morlock Drive. Now, Morlock Road connects into Beach Creek. She sent me this right here. Let me upload this to the email so that I can pull this up.
And we're going to go over Evelyn's case in a lot of detail. A lot of detail. So we're just kind of hitting the high points tonight just since she was in court today. But don't worry, we're going to have every little bit of it.
Okay.
So Kim Holmes, what they said today was that they believe that she died of asphyxiation and that she was upside down in a trash can inside of the playhouse. And inside of the trash can, she was inside of a bag and she had aluminum foil in her mouth.
Yeah,
and a blanket. There was a blanket.
A blanket. There was a forensic pathologist that testified today.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up real quick.
I'm so excited to go over this case a lot. First of all, because Evelyn's got my heart. Like, that baby will always have my heart.
That's what started us.
And so I'm excited for us to go over that. But I'm also very excited after we go over that case to kind of look at differences in Sullivan County and Hawkins County and how they handle missing child. Because there's a huge difference. Now, TBI is I mean, they're a part of both of them, but I think that you see a real big difference in how Sullivan County handled Evelyn's case than how Hawkins County has handled Summers' case.
That's right.
It's daylight from dark from each other.
Okay, so this was sent to me, and so this is, and I've got them both pulled up here. This is Morlock Road that comes down into Beach Creek. Now we're going to go back over to the other map. Hold on one second. We'll go back over. Now, I knew that the Morlock sounded the same. So let me see if I got right here.
Lady May, Evelyn's mom is the one that's charged with her.
Do you want to go ahead and
her-
did you already go over how the TBI got her
With the lies and stuff?
with the lies?
Well, they ended up arresting Megan, Evelyn's mom, for filing false police reports, basically, because she kept changing her story about where Evelyn was. And there was some crazy stories that she told. But what initially set it off was that she had told them the first time that she talked to law enforcement, she told them that Evelyn was with her father, Ethan Perry, who was in the military. And she said that Evelyn had went down there with him while he was on Christmas break, and that she was supposed to meet him such and such day at such and such time to pick her up, and that he never showed up. And then as the days went on, she ended up telling other stories. She ended up saying that her mom was the last person that had her. She said that her mom had taken her to a trailer, not a trailer park, but a campground in Mendota.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. She kept changing her story, and we got a lot of stuff we're going to go over, but I've got recordings of the press conferences that the police did during Evelyn's case, and from early on, you could tell that the sheriff from Sullivan County, Jeff Cassidy, he was very upset with Megan from early on. He said, every time we talk to her, we get a different story. And he said, I mean that. Every single time we talk to her, we get a different story. So they ended up arresting her, and the final straw was she ended up coming out and talking to the news, saying that they had offered her she had offered to give them a lie detector test, but they refused to do it. Sullivan County refused to do it because she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that's not even the case. Sullivan County doesn't even give that at that time in 2020, they did not even give a polygraph test. They left that to the TBI to do. So they ended up coming out that night and saying, no, we never offered to give her a polygraph test. We never had one set up for her to take with the TBI, nothing. And that was kind of the last lie that she told before she ended up getting arrested.
So actually, somebody just sent me too, said that Morlock Private Drive, where we're getting ready to go on to. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Okay, so she just sent me something that said Morlock Private Drive actually goes into Lone Star. We're going to pull that up too. I was just showing right here. This is where the paving company is. Somebody says we keep lagging, but it doesn't look like we're lagging on this side at all.
Mm-mm.
So hopefully it's going pretty good. I don't know. So I'm trying to see. So for somebody to have been able to get in here, they could have drove this main road, right? All the way down through there. I just wish we could see where the shed was.
Yeah.
Will you look up now where Sherfy's address was? Now I'm going to go back out of this. I'm going to see if that's Morlock right there. Yeah, that's Morlock. Let's see if it'll let me go down this road. Yeah, Morlock Drive. Let's see if we can find out where this will take us to. Now this is Morlock Private Drive. I think. Let me look at the maps right here. Beach Creek Road, Lone Star Road, Mullinex, Blair's Gap Road, Solomon's Temple.
You know where the private drive one is because we pass it every time we go by there.
Yeah, the Morlock.
Yeah, more like private drive.
Yeah.
We pass that every time we go down.
Is that this same one?
I don't know. That one's the private drive one.
Yeah.
Did you turn the air on?
I didn't.
Okay, good.
It's the heat, but did you find his? What? Has there been verified, been closed?
No, it wasn't logged in.
Okay, yeah, she got it. Right here. Look. But that would be coming from. Let me try to make sense of this. Hold on. I'm gonna keep going down through here. I want to see where this comes out at. Did you find his?
I'm trying. I'm now clicking on rabbits swimming in water.
No, if you go to just Google his name.
Well, I was just gonna get on there because it would be easier.
If you just
But
Google
it's
it,
not, obviously.
is this the trailer park? I wonder. Mobile home park where she was staying?
Is it the Boswell family? No.
No. See if I can get to the bottom of this. Sorry about that, guys, if we're lagging. Do y'all think baby Evelyn's body was moved? I do.
I do too.
I do think, because I know that the TBI had Cambria. Which one? 2408 Muddy Creek. Okay. So now I'm going to show you in comparison to where theirs were. Now let me go back out of here. And let me move back. See if we can't find. Okay, so this is the paving company right here. I got to share my screen again. Now I'm going to show you in comparison to where Sherfy and this will, if you guys aren't following us, what I'm doing is Sherfy, this is what's weird. Out of the two biggest missing children cases that Hawkins County and Sullivan County have seen, you have a name that pops up within minutes of both of these children missing. Am I saying that Don and Candace are innocent of anything? No, I'm not. But also, we know that Sherfy Sr. is dating Christine Mock, who is Mary Sexton's daughter. 2 minutes, if 2 minutes away from Summer Wells property. But we have the Sherfy name pops up on both of the biggest cases. Okay, this is a big problem for me. It always has been. Now what was the address? 4108?
No.
What was it? 2408. Okay. Let me share my screen again real quick. This is a big deal to me. I just don't believe in this too big of coincidences like this. So here's Tommy and Sons Paving. Let me pull this out now. And
So Evelyn was found on her grandfather, Megan, her mom's dad's property. She was found in a playhouse that was behind a shed on his property. For people that were asking.
Yeah. Why is it doing that right there? It's showing that right there. Hold on. All right. Now, this is where, on Muddy Creek Road, this is where Sherfy Sr. or Jr. was busted at when he had his child P charges, okay? 2408 Muddy Creek. Right
I
here.
don't know of any babies found deceased in a road anywhere around here. For the person asking that, I don't know. I know that there was a toddler that was found recently walking down the road.
Yeah, that's true. How do I add it to where like directions wise? Like you know how right here?
I always have to go to maps. Like I always have to do it on my phone.
I do it.
If you just type in, what's the next one you're wanting to type in?
Oh, the dads, the paving. There's actually a way I did this where I could do the route. Okay.
You're probably gonna have to finish.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Add a destination. There it is. Can y'all see that pretty good? 7 minutes.
Was that the right address?
That is it. That's it, right? Was it 543?
I couldn't remember. I thought that was off the top of my head.
Let me see here. We'll find it even if it's not.
Yeah, 543 Muddy Creek. That's Old Muddy Creek Road.
Old Muddy Creek Road.
Yeah.
So it needs to be just 543 Muddy Creek, right? Yeah. Okay. There it is.
Yeah, see.
Still 7 minutes.
That's crazy.
Look right here. It's in this circle. So I'm going to show you this. Let me make sure that y'all can see this. Let me go full screen with this right here. Okay. So that's the distance there. Now let me. Megan needs an IQ test. She does. All right, now we're going to go to Summer's house to the distance between from Summer's house to where Sherfy was staying on the weekends. Now, if I'm going to turn my camera off that way we can be able to save bandwidth. So let me go over here and go back and we'll go to Summers. Did you see how quick that was? So I know that Muddy Creek Road and that is very, very close. Okay. So from here to right here is from here to right here. But around this road, 2 minutes is what it usually listed. Is how the distance was from Sherfy Sr. to Summer. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I have no idea. It's ridiculous. guys who know who was allegedly following Candace around taking pics of her. Are you talking about a YouTuber? I don't know if that's who you're talking about, Lex Luthor. Sherfy, where is Sherfy Jr. now? He, as far as I know, he's still waiting. Did he get convicted? Let's pull up his case. He did.
We shared that. He got 6 years, right?
He got 6 years. Yeah. But will he get good time with that?
I don't know. No, I think they said 100% is what he
had to pull
I
100%.
think.
He still got off easy.
Yeah, absolutely, he did.
He still got off easy. Here, I'm going back to regular screen. So, yeah, homeboy still got off easy. And do it from his house near Evelyn's to Summers. Okay. Adrian Watkins said that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Okay. Let me share that. That's a very good idea.
Yeah, for 1,000 pictures of kids, but they let him plead down to 50.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that angers me.
It does me too. 110 Ben Hill Road to what?
2408.
Yeah. Okay. Give it just a second. We'll see what it does. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Go ahead. Go. I don't know what he's freaking out about there. Make sure he's okay. Sorry about that. Our son came in here freaking out. All right. So let me see here. Let me go back over here and pick this. Let me see if I can get it to how we did it before. There it is. Okay, here we go, guys. So it's got 3 different ones we can pick from. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me move this over here, make sure y'all can hear me okay. So it's got 3 different ones we can pick from here. 31 minutes, 34 minutes, or yeah, look at that. Straight through Colonial Heights and the Muddy Creek Road. So it's 35-minute trip. That right there. See, I knew he was right there beside the airport too. Right there. And that's hitting the interstate. That's hitting Interstate 81 when they come out of, let's see here, Sullivan Gardens Parkway. This is where Sherfy Sr.'s other property is. And it's right close to old Miss Bloody Poo. Y'all know that, right? Yeah, okay. So I heard something about that, Yo Bubs. I just saw that going by. Hold on a second. Let me get out of this screen. So I just saw something about that. Oh my gosh, my green screen's fell. Hold on one second. There we go. Turn this up a little bit. So yeah, we were just talking about that. Bloody poo sounds gross. I'm not gonna say her name because she'll have a heart attack. What photos were taken of Candace in summer? I have a few of those. Let me see if I can find quick. If Don B is sick, and he was, I'm sorry. That's just the fact of the matter. Is he won't own up to his own mistakes, and that's not fair. Everybody else has the things they do. He will not. Now, these are pictures that were Lex Luthor. These are pictures that were taken by me. So that's what's said, at least. That's where they were said to have come from. Let me see if I can pull those up. I have a picture of, I actually have the one blow up pool too that people, hold on one second. That's Polly Bernard tracks. Steve. Let me pull this stuff up and I'll see if I can find it. Oh, this will be good. This is one thing that I think we need to go over real quick. This right here is probably something that's most important that we all need to go over. Arietti, if she's in here, please, yeah, Arietti, thank y'all. So somebody said Ernie. Okay, so people said Ernie Schill was allegedly in Gatlinburg at the same time. I don't believe that. I don't know. Now, they did say that somebody was following them around. I don't know where the source is to that, but I do have some of the pictures that was taken by the family that everybody's seen. I don't know. We're going to have to, I'll show you that, but this is the main thing I wanted just to go over real quick before we go. Let me find it right here. Okay, can y'all see that? So it says Detective Pruitt, lead investigator in Summer missing persons case, has spoken out about the case. It was a lot to shoulder. It's a lot to burden. We have a missing child that we haven't found yet. There haven't been very many cases like this. I have never worked a missing child's case with all these different entities and agencies involved. My day, I check the tip line and voicemail when I get tip line voicemail when I get here. I do phone calls and follow-ups on any credible leads we've got. I follow up on anything that I didn't get to a good conclusion the day before. Then I go into my normal caseload of any new cases I've got, follow-ups on them. It's sporadic. One day you might get 5 leads. The next couple of days you might not get anything. It's been an active investigation I've been devoted to since it first occurred. I will follow up on everything, and I can to try and bring closure to this. The wandering away or sneaking off to go play or whatever she may have done, that is a viable option. People are probably tired of hearing this. All possibilities are on the table. We are not completely eliminating the abduction idea, but there is nothing to lead us to believe that we need to focus on that alone. She was like 3 foot and 40 pounds. She's lower to the ground, smaller body, a lot more flexible. Surveillance videos, GPS locations, cell phone tracking, cell phone data, electronic data, anything that we can think of to get our hands on. We have gone through reams and reams of data. We have collected statements. We've chased down every credible lead that have been given to us, and we are still not much further along than when we started. I believe that she would probably be somewhere close by because we have nothing to believe that she had been abducted or trafficked out of the area. He also spoke about the Wells having lawyers. This is the part that I think that y'all need to pay attention to. So it says the family has attorneys involved, and that is not a direct line of communication. They have been appointed for other instances, but it bleeds over into this investigation as well. It was pretty good. We would show up about every day and make sure that they were okay. Had a decent line of communication with them. With Mr. Wells, he knows when he first came into the institution, he knows that anytime he wants to talk to let their staff know. And I'll get to him as quick as I can. Once again, this has reiterated that the police and search team continue a working hypothesis that Summer could have wandered off, but let's see here. Once again, this has reiterated that the police and search team continue a working hypothesis that Summer could have wandered off, but that what happened to her, be that her dying out in the woods and not being found or being taken by someone. Go ahead. Did that fall over again? Wonder off or what happened to her, but be that her dying out in the woods or not being found or being taken by someone is still unknown. The police can't work from speculation. They have to look for evidence of what happened, and there just isn't any to prove any scenario. Despite the physical searches of the home, vehicles, property, and miles of land around, also despite the search. Let's see here. Can y'all see that okay? I'm trying to, here, I'll zoom in a little bit so y'all can read it too. GPS data from the parent. Okay, the police can't work from speculation. They have to look for evidence of what happened, and there just isn't any to prove any scenario. Despite the physical searches of the home, vehicles, property, and miles of land around, also despite searches of GPS data from the parents' phones and vehicles and other phones and vehicles that would have pinged off towers in the local area around the time Summer went missing. As for what was said about the Wells having lawyers, it's now clear that what was meant in the Wells have lawyers appointed over the CPS case was the boys, not directly to represent them over Summer's disappearance. Now, this is Arietti's conclusion to that. We can speculate as to how this would bleed over into Summer's case, and that, for one, the police may no longer have a direct line of contact to speak with talking about Mary Sexton's family and what was listed. Churphy wasn't listed in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's that. Hold on a second. I'm going to see if I can. Hold on. Okay. That's the map here that goes to the very back. Oh, this just shows you how far Ben Hill travels all the way back. And look at this little trailer right here. Isn't this insane? So there's a trailer that sits this far back off Ben Hill. Look at all these roads. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, let me see if I can find these pictures, guys. I need you to take over
guess
for a
you
minute.
muted for a second or something. I mean,
Why? Can they not hear me?
you can now.
I wasn't muted. You heard nothing before Mary Sexton? What does that mean? Q says you're going to cry. I didn't like the phrase. I don't get it. Could y'all not hear me? Lex Luthor said we heard you. That's weird. I don't know. Let me stop sharing this so I can find the pictures that y'all are wanting to see. Because I want to make sure that I'm not showing anything. Part of it cut out, Millie.
So can I tell you why our child freaked out?
Yeah.
So I guess he was looking. Our child, he's 8 years old, but it's to know what is going on in the world around him. And I guess he saw that NASA is doing an experiment on Monday where shooting something called the DART at an asteroid that is millions and millions of miles away from the Earth. What could be how did they put it in the article I read? Save the world experiment. They're trying to shoot this asteroid away, and he was scared. He said, "But what, Mommy? What if they can't stop it, and the asteroid hits the Earth, and this asteroid is nowhere close to hitting the Earth?"
Oh, he was freaking out.
Freaking out. And then our daughter, she's in there. She said, I said something about scientists, and she said, "But Mommy, I thought scientists were extinct." I said, "No." And she said, "So they're not extinct like dinosaurs?" Yeah, and she kept saying, "But Mommy, I really thought scientists were extinct." My poor children.
I don't know. They said they couldn't hear the end of that. I don't know. It's coming. Oh, what that person is saying.
I don't know.
Anyway, so okay, Beck, let me find. Where was that educated? I just saw her. I wanted to ask her a question. Oh, Lex Luthor, let me find those pictures for you. That's what I'm trying to find right now.
What pictures are you looking for?
Oh, I don't know. Somebody didn't hear. They didn't get to play this one.
And follow these people.
Yeah, let's go ahead and share that because I did share it one time before, talking about all bloody poo and her threats. Let's go ahead and play that one for everybody, and then I'll look through all the other stuff.
Associated with Cam and 43. Stalk, film, and follow my children, and then immediately within minutes start having messages in the inboxes about what the fuck we were being interviewed about, and then threats to harm, hurt, and kidnap, etc. my children.
Yes, Lex Luthor. As far as I know, they're still working on the case. As far as Summer's case, yes. CNC Investigations is. Now I'm trying to find the pictures that she was wanting to see.
Which pictures are you talking about?
Now she asked, wasn't there somebody following them around Gatlinburg, Candace and Summer? Have you heard that?
Mm-mm.
No.
I've heard lots of theories about Berg, but I don't know any of them to be fact, I should say.
Lex Luthor, the PIs are ball. CNC investigation. Yeah, Moon Rover. What does that mean? Let's see. Am I following her correctly? Trying to stay on top of everything.
I don't know what that's about.
I don't know what that's about. Hey, did you know the person I shared with you? I did not. And I need you to send me that again through email. I got the new computer and I lost track of everything else on the laptop. If you'll send that to me again, I would appreciate it. Cracking Cases at Yo Bubs said that about Gatlinburg. Okay. Yo Bubs, did you send me that? Now, okay, the last thing that I wanted to go over in tonight's live is just to keep it short and keep it to the point, because it's better for referencing, is about it's the 911 call, but we're talking about the dispatch call. The dispatch that I was doing last time was after 7 o'clock. Now, they talk about Pruitt not being out there till after 9 o'clock at night. Yo Bubs, or if you're still in here, Lex, the PI, talks to Don B. Oh, that was aimed at Jody Sue. Okay, I thought you said just. Sorry about that. Let me get cases. I think you keep missing my messages. LOL. Ask away. No, okay, that's what I wanted to say. So, did Sherfy and Megan Boswell, did they ever have a relationship? Friend, boyfriend, girlfriend?
No. He is older than she is by quite many years.
But his little brother.
Yeah.
Look here.
How old is his brother?
He's her age. 25, 26.
Oh.
Here, take this over for a minute. I'm going to go make a phone call to make sure I'm covering this the right way. Okay.
So, yeah. Yo, Bubs, he's probably calling you. So, anyway, yeah, he wants to know if Megan Boswell and Sherfy Jr. or Sherfy Jr.'s brother could possibly have known each other. I don't know. Could have dated Megan's mom. Listen, William McLeod was quite a bit younger than her, and she dated him, so that's possible.
Allie just now said, "Yo, Bubs, he's probably calling you." I was just trying to see.
So, anyway.
Who I need to pull that up from? Do I have it?
He's distracting me because
Was
he
it
left
in
the
my
door
email?
open.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Cindy Blakey. I saw a pic of Candace and Grandma in an entrance of a zoo or another place. Candace Wells.
Okay.
Grinning like she was a 2-year-old.
Right, so that way I would.
Where was that at?
Everybody's saying that ours is lagging a little bit. I
So,
don't know.
Lynisms, there's a lot of people that are just curious because of the fact that Don Sherfy Jr. was so close to Megan and her house. I'm very conflicted on that because with Megan, even though she's not been convicted, she's been charged. Let me say that she's been charged with everything to do with Evelyn. I really believe that she probably did it. So I don't, but I guess it's just to figure out if she had any accomplices in anything, which we will go over more of that when we talk about Evelyn's case more in depth, because like I said, I'm still very suspicious of her mom and her mom's boyfriend at the time, because they were very, very odd.
So Lori Colcott said that, I'm glad that I opened this. Okay, so it is Daryl Coggins. They said that's in that picture. That's crazy. The one I'm talking about, Don's profile picture on that, out of Arkansas. Second 704. So these are the transcripts she sent me. Okay, here, I'm gonna upload this to my email again. We're gonna go over this real quick now, and then we'll call it a night. Okay. I just had to make sure that I was on the same page. Okay. Let me pull this up real quick.
Did Megan have any other children? So no. She had Evelyn, I think, when she was 17 or 18. And Evelyn disappeared right when she was turning a year old. She was 15 months old whenever they ended up issuing the Amber Alert for her.
So we're gonna start this. These are the transcripts from the dispatch from that night. Okay, so y'all can see that. It says, starting at first transmission pertaining to Summer at 6:33 p.m. Now, we know that the call was at 6:24. We've heard 6:26,
6:23,
6:23, somewhere in there.
The actual 911 call, like when Dawn and Candace called 911.
Right. So, second transmission. Now, this is the dispatch. This is them,
like the cops talking on the radio,
back and forth,
and dispatch talking on the radio.
Yeah. Parents have called in and advised the mother went for a walk, blah, blah. She said, I agree with you there. Because then he comes back with, said that the mother had been on a run.
Yeah.
Right? It already switches up from that point on. Second transmission, 704. Mom went on a run. Father advised. Father at work about an hour away. So they were talking this as late as 704.
Yeah.
Now, Gray Hughes did do a very good breakdown of this with the clock and everything behind him. Third, 706. I think he says en route. Fourth transmission, 708 inaudible. Let's search and rescue determine that no indication they have reached the property. Fifth transmission at 711. Dispatch 302 notifies check the house, even if they say they already have. Sixth transmission 713. Hawkins County Rescue all members mutual A request. Search and rescue all members staging area going to be at Mount Carmel Baptist Church at Beach Creek. This is what she was talking to us about earlier. This is before the staging area was even put in place. This is at 713. They're just saying that's where they're going to have it at. 502 is here, waiting on some requests. We several here at the station. She said she thought about that maybe they were talking about flashlights, so on and so forth. 7th transmission at 7:15, parked on 1044 2014 Chevy Silverado crew cab. Walked someone past, his name Cam Cooper, not related to Summer. Now, we do know that that grandma drives the Silverado.
Yes.
So somebody said, what happened to that green sofa in front of the door? Do you want to answer that?
All I know, when we went up there, that sofa was not there.
Yeah. And that was September the
That
4th.
was September 4th. We never saw it. We never saw it outside. We never saw it anywhere. So,
okay. 9th, let's see here. 8th transmission, 7:16. 12:47 inaudible, Free Will Baptist Church. 9th transmission, 7:18 inaudible, Bolo Glock 40 cal in vehicle. Not related. 10th transmission, 7:20. I'm going to be down in the park. They got it located on the other end of the park. I don't know if this is going to be a joke or what it is. She said, I think not related. 11th transmission, 7:23. Cancel Bolo. So this is weird. If they had to be on the lookouts and all that, that's what Bolo stands for, if y'all don't know. Be on the lookout. 12th transmission, 7:24. Rescue 4 Ranger inaudible route. 13th transmission, 7:24. Did you ever figure out if there were any cameras at the park? Not related. Bolo deal, she says. 14th transmission, 7:47. Completely inaudible. Maybe Big Circle Drive? Question mark. Now, this is where it gets confusing because they're either talking about Big Circle Drive, like as far as the road. Lex Luthor, they do actually talk. They did a search that's on WJHL. We'll play that here in just a minute about the private investigators. Okay, I just want to go over this till 9 o'clock. We'll get up to 9 o'clock and then we'll be done with this. I just wanted to, so completely not maybe. So their driveway is a big circle. We know that. I don't know if this is talking about Summer's case. If it is, 7:47 is a lot different in time showing up than what we've heard.
yeah.
15th transmission, 7:48. Go ahead and tell Rescue 4. 16th transmission at 7:51. 27 plate number is that 10-4 inaudible. 17th transmission inaudible. 18th transmission, 7:55 inaudible vehicle. 19th transmission at 7:56, 159 inaudible, plan inaudible. Where the dogs live has prior history, dogs running at large or maybe in yards. That's probably the Wells.
Yeah.
20th transmission at 8 o'clock. Liam, yeah, you want to come on around. 21st transmission at 8:09 to 8:11. Churchill, Hawkins County, Gray Acura, Hawkins County 122 overlap. 22nd transmission, 813 139 Fairview Road, dog, not related to Summer. So her question was, how many cops did they have out working on a Tuesday night
Right.
in
Hawkins.
Hawkins County? Because it sounds like there were quite a few, and they didn't dispatch all of them to the.
Well, so what we're questioning here, we already know that most counties around here, especially, don't have a lot of officers that are on at nighttime. Most of them also change shifts around 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So this would have been right after shift change. We don't know how many would have been on that night. Plus, they have all these other things going on at the same time as Summer being missing. So how many cops were left after one's dealing with this bolo and one's dealing with this over here? How many cops did they have left that ended up coming out there to the Wells property?
Right.
How many was there? Was there 3? Did they call in more people who were off duty that night to come in?
Right. Educated opinion. Give me just a second and I'll give you the link and you can come up and talk to us about that. That's actually what I was hoping you would want to do. We'll talk about it. They had calls about a car parked in a handicapped parking spot during the time Summer went missing that night.
Yeah.
And they were going to investigating that. That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
So educated opinion, just hold tight and we'll get you to come up. Hey, Liplock, thank you. I'm so sorry if I didn't say hello. Let me finish going over this real quick and let me zoom in on this.
Did you say until 9?
What?
We're going to go over this until 9.
I'm talking about till 9
Oh.
o'clock in the
I
transcript.
was like, it's 10:15. What in the world?
I'm talking about in the transcript.
Okay, I got you now.
So this was the Fairview. This is the transmission and audible. 2 William 5921 South Dakota. License plate might be a Dodge Dakota. 24th transmission 838 dispatch. That comes back to a 2001 blue Chevy Tahoe. Hall Underwood, South Dakota. Huh. No, that he drove a Trailblazer, right? Yeah, you know how I'm talking about. Okay, 25th transmission 840 and audible 21 and audible 221. 3035-81 should be on a white Dodge Durango. 2?2340 inaudible Deanna Hahn, Rogersville, or Rogersville last prior 2011 Robbinsville is in North Carolina. 26th, 28th transmission completely inaudible. 29th transmission 859 suspect inaudible. So they were working everything but her case. I mean, I'm sorry, but
Well, I would have to go in and listen to it because I haven't listened to all of that. They might have switched over to a private thing as well.
they might have, but they should have had every cop out there.
So this is my thing. I would like to know. This is me. I would like to know, like we're saying, how many from Hawkins County were out there that night? Did Sullivan County come on out there to the property and assist since they were so close anyway? How quickly did TBI and all of them get there? Did they have state police that came in and assisted? I mean, what did it look like that night? Because there are multiple other agencies that could have came in and assisted if they didn't have the manpower. Or did they not anytime with a missing child, you would think that they would have to allow neighboring counties to come in and assist with it.
This is the part right here that gets to me. So 31st transmission dispatch 154 Dickers Chapel Road, healthcare worker called in, advised Wendy Bagger, 27-year-old female, been having blank thoughts, was recently hospitalized for those, did not come back in for her follow-up and not contacted at her number, emergency number. 32nd transmission at 9 o'clock dispatch. Looks like she had one prior a long time ago, nothing recent. 33rd transmission at 9:10, 302, 303 is 317 on scene. He is en route. Is Detective Pruitt or Britt There is a Brit that works for him too, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dispatch. We have not been advised. Brit is on scene 10-4. So that's not till 9:10.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. Like, it took them that long to get an investigator out there. 34th transmission at 9:12. Get a hold of 334. Tell him he needs 3 units to come in at the top loop. So that's not till 9:12.
Right.
35th transmission 9:15. Tell not to send over here. Pull on top loop. 36th transmission at 9:18.
So where's over here?
Yeah.
The bottom property?
I don't know.
Or where?
I don't know. We're gonna go over that more.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to go over that a little bit. I'm gonna study this a little bit more. Good job, Yo Bubs. Thank you.
Good job.
So, hold on a second. It's all you for a minute. Sorry.
So anyway.
Go ahead and drop the link for her.
Okay. I'm trying to read what y'all are saying now because I'm going to be this link and we'll put in here if you want to come on up and talk. I think you wanted to talk about the Evelyn Boswell case, so we'll do that while he is gone. See, and that's what I'm saying, Moon Rover. I would feel like something like that they would put over to a private channel, especially if they had other agencies that were going to be involved. That way they could all be kind of in one.
They didn't have good service out there.
Right.
So they had,
He said they didn't have good service out there. But their radios would still work.
Yeah. But no, that's why they had to get Verizon.
I thought that was mostly for the searchers. Quit. Don't leave and then go in there and start talking. Anyway. Yeah, Yo Bubs, you did very good on that. I would love to listen to it. I hadn't went and listened to that whole thing. I'd heard bits and pieces of it, but okay. Exactly. This is what he does to me. He'll do this on the phone too. Like we'll be talking to somebody and he'll be like, "Here, hold on just a second. Talk to Allie for a minute." And he'll walk out and then he'll yell at me from in the in another room and be like, "Tell him this, tell him that." Are you there?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, how are you? You guys, did you all have a date night tonight? You all look spiffy.
No. We just figured we better dress up for y'all because it had been a few days since you saw us. So.
Aw. Well, thanks for having me up. Like, I don't think I have all the answers that Cam was asking earlier. But do we know, I would guess that the Sherfy boys went to Sullivan Central High School. Do we know that?
I'm pretty sure they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's where Megan obviously went. And I think it's due to their location, how close they are to each other and going to the same high school. It's likely that they knew each other or could have been friends as far as the younger one, because
Right.
Sharpie Jr. is a little older, I guess. I mean, but she still could have known him,
Yeah.
but it's very possible. I will say my nephew went to school with her. And I remember when all of this was going down, I was asking him, I was like, do you know her? What do you know? He was like, no, I don't know her, but we had a couple of classes together. And he said she was like really, really shy and really quiet, which I thought was odd. Like she wasn't very outgoing at all and was just very quiet. And so to me, the boyfriend at the time, right? His name was Hunter, another Hunter.
Another
Yeah, right. Was kind of a fairly popular kid. I remember like looking on his Facebook, he had lots of pictures, of being at parties in high school with a lot of pretty blondes and some other things. Megan was very different. Not in with the the popular crowd, all that, and that's important
Right.
to kids that age, right?
Right.
So in my opinion, this is kind of similar to the Casey Anthony thing, where she ends up landing this guy who she probably always crushed on, was out of her league. She lands him, and in my opinion, I believe it had to do with substances is why they connected.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. And she was in the way. Her daughter became an issue at some point and was in the way of that relationship that she probably was over the moon to be in.
Right.
And that is my opinion. That is why Evelyn was.
And he claimed that he never met Evelyn, never had any kind of relationship with her. And I know that Megan had went to Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg with his family right before she was reported missing too, around the whole December to February time.
What's up with these people going to Gatlinburg right
Because
before
that's
this
the only place
happened?
we have to go around here.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with that. I think everybody I know takes weekend trips down there. I don't know. I thought he had met her. I thought Hunter
He
had
might
met
have
her.
met her once, but I feel
Then
like
he claimed he did. He lied. He claimed that because they had a problem with him telling the truth too, because he had claimed that something that he had never met her or he'd only met her once. And
no. Well, see, he claimed that, from what I recall, he claimed that Megan had told him from the get-go that she was with her dad, with Evelyn's dad.
Yeah.
Ethan, and that he had never met her, is what I thought, but I can't remember at this very moment.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember he did an interview with the news, and I right outside the chicken shack.
Yes.
And and I thought he had said that he had met her, but interesting though, because she changed her story multiple times, but then eventually told them that Evelyn was co-sleeping with her and Hunter, and that they rolled over on her. Yeah. But which they say couldn't have happened now. But I mean, do we? Oh Lord, I don't know. Now I'm starting to rethink that.
Do you remember when they got up under her trailer and they pulled out that pillowcase?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah. So I believe that's where she first was.
I think that's where she was first. Yes.
And I believe that they tried to make it look like something else by moving it to the father.
Well, if you recall, so I've had a hard time finding this whole interview now, because I went back and screen recorded all of these interviews. And whenever Tommy Boswell, Megan's dad, did the first interview that he did with the news, he says in the middle of his interview that he had talked to Angela, who is Megan's mom, right before this, and he said if Evelyn doesn't show up or turn up, I'm going to call DCS. And the mom, Angela, she said, if you do that,
You'll
then you're gonna
regret this.
you'll regret this. And
Yes.
I found, like, everywhere that I have found that interview now, I cannot find the full interview. I can only find up until right there, and that's where they cut it off. And so that's as far as I have on the recordings of that interview. But
I remember that.
stuck out to me, because why would her mom say that? Why would she say that unless she was involved in it?
The only
Right.
thing, if she's not, the only reason that she could be is maybe she did know, or maybe Megan confided in her. I don't think so, but or maybe she had a good feeling knowing that Megan had done something with her and just telling the father, well, you do that
Right.
and your daughter's gone too, type of thing.
Right.
I don't know.
Somebody had a question here. Did Donald Sherfy know H or Andy Bernard? Yes, he knew Andy Bernard and Hunter. Well, not Hunter. I know that Sherfy did know Andy Bernard, but see, Sherfy, this is one thing I wanted everybody to know who you were. So you had a best friend you said that you went to high school with that lived right there on Muddy Creek?
Yes, her parents still live there, like they're neighbors. And as a matter of fact, the day after they found Evelyn, there was like a memorial where everybody showed up and left,
Yes.
stuffed animals. I showed up that day myself and left one. And that shed, I was looking at that shed right there. I mean, it's right off the road. You can see it off the road. I mean, it's
Right.
it's right there. But yes, I did.
Did they have
yes.
it blurred out, do you think, on the maps there? Because I couldn't see it. Is it when you go down past the paving place, I guess, you turn down that road?
No, it's right off it's the Muddy Creek Road, and there's like a gravel, I think I'm remembering correctly, it's like a gravel driveway. And it's right there. Like you can see it right off the road. I mean, I don't know why, did you see when that photo was taken on the map? Could you tell? Do you know?
Let me see if I can.
The only thing I could think of is if it's been taken since then, maybe the family had it removed, due to possibly. But it was right there. There's no way you would be able to see it.
Here, I'm going to share the screen real quick and see if we can see it. Yeah, that's it's crazy because I know for a fact they did search that whole area once before, right? Before finding her.
Yes.
Is this right here where you're talking about? This would be the gravel road that turns down.
Let's see. Where's the main road on Muddy Creek? It's like it's a driveway. It's not a road off. So there's the main road on Muddy Creek's the main road, and it's their driveway.
Yeah, this would be their driveway here, I'm guessing. So the shed would probably be that's the paving area. So their driveway would be.
Let's see.
I'm wondering if it's right here.
I can't tell from. I'm so bad with maps, but I'm. Your cursor. So I know. Okay, let me think about it. So their driveway. So there was like an area to the right where the makes. So the shed was to the left of the driveway, just off of the driveway area. I mean, the house set back. It wasn't like the house wasn't super close to the road. It set back, but you could like see it. Well, it was like a double wide, I think it was. Yeah, and that was her.
Yeah, that's it right there. I'm thinking this area right here, and I'm saying that the shed, or either this is the double right here, probably somewhere in the shadows right here. There's two, so I don't know. That's crazy. Anyway,
we could drive out that way.
Yeah, we might drive out there too one day, and like you said, and we'll go out there and film that for everybody, because this case, I mean, the reason when COVID happened and everything got put off and her case got, I just don't want. That's the reason we thought it was important to come on here and talk about her case again, because I don't want her case to get lost in this, and I don't think. Go ahead.
No, I appreciate you doing that because you're exactly right. COVID hit right after, and everybody was so invested in this case. And until today, we never knew. We've been waiting this whole time to find out what happened to that baby girl. They have kept it so hush hush and close to the vest until today. And to find out finally, like, oh gosh. I mean, because a lot of people were suspecting that maybe she got her hands on some substances accidentally. Remember, like there were so many different theories back then about what could have happened to her. And now to know for sure that it was just straight up I don't even know how to describe it. It's just insane. And I appreciate you covering this because she deserves it. It's horrible.
Kathy Marsh said there's a trailer court on Tommy's land.
So Tommy Boswell Jr. owns the trailer park that Megan lives in.
Yes, that's separate.
Yeah, it's separate from their land, but that's where Megan was living with Evelyn, and that's the trailer that she got evicted from, and then that's where they ended up taking that dirt and the pillow from out from under.
Yes.
And there was already people living in that trailer whenever they came and searched it.
Yes. And I've seen that.
They did
yes, I remember that. And I've passed that trailer park as well. It's not far from Jay's boat dock on Boone Lake, actually. And we drove by it one day and my husband was like, Boswell something. I went, oh my God, that's where she lived. Yeah. So I know where that is too. And it's a distance, but she was evicted from that trailer, but she was living with her boyfriend though, right?
Her boyfriend. Yeah.
Yeah, and they kicked her ass out as soon as all this hit the news. They were like, "Look, you got to go." I mean, his business ate crap. I mean, it went under because of it.
Well, it didn't go under. He's still working. He's still doing that because me and you last year when we were going to Kingsport, we were going to do some stuff for Summer's case, and he passed us on the interstate.
Yeah,
remember? Because I was like, oh
Guess
my gosh,
what?
that's Megan's dad.
Oh, I'm not talking about her dad. I'm talking about Hunter.
Oh, Hunter. Well, Hunter.
It closed, and it closed like 2 months ago. It was on WJHL that it was closing down.
The
Did you
chicken
see that?
shack?
Yes, there was a report that it was closing. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We passed. What Allie was talking about was we passed Megan's dad.
Yeah, Tommy Boswell.
Tommy Boswell.
In one of his trucks.
And he looked. I mean, he did look rough. I'm sure this is taking a toll on him.
Oh, I couldn't imagine.
And I really don't think he had anything to do with this. I don't think he would come out and put a reward. I believe they would have done charged him in a heartbeat if he'd have had anything to do with it. I think that they tried to plan it on him.
I do believe that 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Jolie XOXO, I think I've been seeing what's going on in the chat. So it was not Chasen and Don Wells that came up with the reward fund. The reward fund was started by local people putting money towards that. Now, Don Wells didn't even get involved with the billboard stuff till after Tim Mullen got involved. I think that's what I saw y'all talking about. We got to be careful about what we put out in the chats, because if it's speculation, just say speculation. If it's opinion, say opinion. Just make sure you use your words, because there's some people that'll take it and run with it as fact. I hope that doesn't come off as rude. I'm just trying to be protective of everything. But so I wanted to ask you too, if Nick Sherfy, the one they've accused me of being through this whole case, it's ridiculous. But he would be, how old is Megan? 25?
No, Megan's only like 21 now.
She's young. She is that young.
Yeah, she was 18. She was 18, right?
Yeah,
when she was arrested?
Yeah. She was 18 when she was
Okay.
arrested. She's only like 20 to 21 right now.
Which is so sad. Like, if we need to show some pictures, like the picture I put up for the thumbnail for the updates, is it doesn't give it justice. Like, Evelyn,
I've got videos
you
and
would've-
everything.
you have videos and everything.
Yes.
We need to play some of this.
Well,
Do you want to? If you'll upload them to the email, I'll play them.
there's one specific one, hold on, that I have.
Was there anything important that you could think of that you wanted to add to that?
No, I don't think so. Like, I had some things in my mind earlier, and now I they've slipped my mind, honestly.
I guess, well, this might help. But what do you think about them being so close to each of the two biggest missing cases? You think it's just coincidence?
In my opinion,
Yeah.
yes, but it's just like insane foreshadowing, because I know Candace was posting posting about Evelyn when she was missing before
Yeah.
they found her, and it's like the foreshadowing of that is just like insane. I remember like seeing that and going, oh my gosh, like that's insane. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
that played a role in anything or not in decision making or anything, or I don't know. But yeah, I think that's just crazy.
That's what's strange to me. Like, Candace talks about how they were so involved in Carly Trent, looking for Carly Trent when Carly Trent went missing. She says Dawn was out on a motorcycle looking for her, and then I don't know. She was she acts like she's highly invested in all these missing cases. That then makes you wonder, was she paying attention to seeing how, you know what I mean? Could that have been her paying attention, planning something? I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
It's not. It is. It's so sad, and to have and you're from here, so you would these kind of things don't happen here. They not till.
No. And back to back like that is insane. And I also just want to say, it is night and day the way that Sullivan County handled this Evelyn Boswell case and the way Hawkins County has handled Summers' case. It is night and day, and it is sad.
Yeah,
it is. Hawkins County should have. I don't know. To my honest opinion, I believe they should have. I mean, it's where Beach Creek is. I believe Sullivan County could have come in. And they'd have probably already had this case solved.
can I do that with the computer, you think?
What is that? Sharing it too? Allow nearby to share your temporary turn on Wi-Fi. I wouldn't do that yet. We gotta let's play with that before we do that, because that might shut us all down. Yeah.
I have a question for you real quick.
Yeah.
How yes, our local news has covered both of these cases. Do you think that one took precedent over the other, or one received more coverage than the other? What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely.
Yes, I do. I believe that.
Evelyn's case got a ton more news.
But you had WCYB.
WCYB and WJHL covered Evelyn's case, and WCYB hasn't done anything hardly at all with Summers' case.
I agree. I mean, because Megan was doing interviews with both of them all the time.
Yep.
Did Dawn and I've never seen Dawn and Candace on CYB. Is there a reason for that? Did they turn down interviews with them, or did they never even approach them?
So check this out. We were out there at Solomon's Temple one day, and we were with the private investigators, and WCYB pulled in there, but they could have acted like they gave a crap less. They just sat there. They brought their big truck out there. They didn't even hardly get out of it or anything, did they?
Yeah.
Didn't do an
that
interview.
That was the day of the second search.
Yeah.
Because
November 30th to December 1st.
Because WCYB showed up first, then the one from Knoxville showed up. WJHL came.
But WCYB did nothing.
WCYB did nothing.
That's odd because they're usually the number one on everything. I never understood that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I agree. And I have to say, I have a degree in broadcast journalism. I'm actually a journalist, but I cover like national, like reality television, actually. But
Wow,
I have
that's
a lot
cool,
of
though.
friends that I went to school with that work at both stations as producers and other things. And I just, oh God, like that bothers me a lot because you're right. CYB is the number one channel in our area. JHL,
Yeah.
I believe, is second. Yeah, so it's interesting to me. I don't know if I mean, Johnson City is closer, technically to the Beach Creek area, but still, it's in our viewing area. So
Right.
I don't really know how to
WCYB has
explain
better
that.
equipment. WCYB has better equipment. They had big trucks out there with towers. They could have been doing way better coverage and broadcasting. I think Tim Mullen got involved with WJHL and tried to kind of run everything that they were saying. He thought he was in charge of them. That's just a fact.
He thought he was in charge of everything.
He thought he was in charge of it, but I don't think it would have worked out that way. We gave WJHL access to everything we have on our YouTube in return that we could use what they have. That's why we can play some of the stuff they have. But then Ansley, and I don't know, she kind of quit talking to us too there towards the end. I don't know what happened with that. We had a pretty good working relationship with her and her cameraman, and things have went crazy in Summer's case. I also believe that when as far as Hawkins County and Sullivan County goes, Hawkins County hasn't not one time tried to reach out and speak to us. Not one time tried to speak to us, and we have tried to turn over. So I read that thing from Detective Pruitt just earlier where he says, we have days where sometimes we have no leads whatsoever. Well, that's not true because they wouldn't return our phone calls. They did not have any interest in talking to anybody. But Carly Trent's case, they had the whole public out there or whatnot, and encourage the public to be a part of it. So I don't know. It's made me very upset.
Yeah, I'm still baffled by, months ago when there was the whole uproar with the dogs, when there was a dog found by the road and all of that. And I think it was Bullhorn Betty who called Detective Pruitt and recorded that call and released it. And, was speaking to him, I can't understand why she's not in jail and that kind of thing. And he was like, well, she would have to commit a crime to be in jail.
Yeah.
And I just was like, wait a second. But she has, though. I'll write you a list of those. Maybe it's not connected to this, but there's been plenty of crimes and there's obviously some neglect here. And it kills me. I think Hawkins County is like in the 1960s or something when it comes to, I don't know. They're just so far behind every other police department in our area.
Sheriff Lawson calls people persons of interest and then turns around and calls them suspects like he doesn't know the difference, and they're two different things.
And uses them interchangeably, and they're not.
That's sad. See, that shows the lack of education. The lack of education. I don't care how long he's been there. Yeah, he has experience, but I mean, does he? I mean, is he just like winging it as he goes along? I mean, honest to goodness, because it's embarrassing. And I don't know. It drives me absolutely up the wall.
You said that you do more like the entertainment side. Did you hear what we're going to be covering? House of Hammer, we're going to be doing that, and the Peter Nygaard stuff. We have somebody that was actually involved with that. You'll probably find that interesting.
Oh, super cool. Yes, I'm definitely on the entertainment side. I mean, I didn't like go to school specifically for the entertainment stuff. Like I'm a graduate of ETSU. And just, it's just broadcast journalism across the board, but that's just my interest. I love like reality TV and the Real Housewives and all that lighthearted stuff, right? Because if I had to cover stuff like this every day, are you kidding me? I would be a nut job. It's difficult, and I appreciate what you all do because it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
Oh, thank you. It is. It takes a toll on us sometimes when people see
yeah.
that we take off like a week or so. It's sometimes because you just can
You
only
have
stomach
to.
so much.
Yeah.
And it really does a toll on you mentally after a while. Just negativity.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's rough. But yeah, thank you for coming up. We're gonna have Inquisitive Jade on. No, Inquisitive Jade. She didn't mean it like that. So the House of Hammer. I'm pretty sure she's she. Do you know about that about Army Hammer?
Oh yes, Army Hammer and his family. His whole family is wackadoodle.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Allegedly, yeah, we'll say allegedly. And Inquisitive Jade, I think that I was just making sure I think that educated opinion, she was just saying that's what she is into. Inquisitive Jade that's going to be coming on, she is actually has
She's
is a survivor of Peter Nygaard, and like that's going to be an amazing show. She's came on one time before and talked a little bit. It's rough to listen to, but it's going to.
It's important because people need to know that these kind of monsters exist and that this stuff is happening, even though people want to turn a blind eye to it. It's happening.
Yep. Blue Moon said.
Yeah, and that is also heavy stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, when I was talking about lighthearted stuff, I was talking about the things that I cover. That stuff is not lighthearted. I just want to make that clear if she misunderstood what I meant. Yeah, that's not what I meant at all.
Yeah, I think she said hopefully. I'm missing. Yeah, you did. We're good. Well, we're gonna when we cover that, it's gonna be deep, and I hope y'all. Hopefully, when you want, we'll talk to her and we'll figure out a date for it. Hopefully, I was gonna say tomorrow if we can. If not, it'll be the next day coming up. We're gonna try to be on here more.
She is ready, and whenever when all parties are in a good place to do it, that's when we'll do it.
That's right. Thank you for coming up, Educated Opinion. If there's anything else you wanted to add.
No, not at all. I thank you all for having me. And I don't know if you're football people or not, but I am. And I just want to say one last thing before I go, and that's go Vols, beat the Gators. And thank you for having me up.
No problem.
Thank you guys.
No problem. See ya. Let's see if I can get.
So one thing that I want to be very cautious about, like I said, I want to, after I put this video or videos, I don't know how long it's going to be, of Evelyn's case out there, I do want us to be able to sit down and talk about the differences and the similarities as far as the way that law enforcement is handling it. However, whenever I make the video or videos about Evelyn, I'm only going to talk about Evelyn in those because she deserves to have those strictly for her case. And we're just going to talk about just her case and the things that have happened thus far in that. But then afterwards, we will have another live after that we can talk about how they kind of go along with each other.
Okay, and I was going to answer one thing first. So Kim Holmes said, what were the other list of charges with Candace? I think she about as far as with the giving alcohol to the delinquency of a minor, that charge. Now, I don't know what they police for that. I don't know if they can come back and charge. Now, everything else could be, at this point, is speculation. We don't know till we get reports back if they ever become public of the CPS case, which they won't till as long as they're minors, right?
Yeah, well, I would assume.
I would assume so. I don't know. But I think that, there's a lot of stuff that now there's our opinions that we have, as far as things that we didn't like, but as far as now why the boys were taken and all that, that's all we don't know. We know that now we know what we've been told, that there was failed urine screens, so on and so forth, whatnot.
Right.
I hope this has been very enlightening. I hope this is a good show for everybody. Thank y'all for joining us. We're going to pray and we're going to hop off here, okay? Thank y'all for joining us again. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for what you do. I ask that you bless each and every one of these people in this chat. Anybody that's going through something that, Lord, that only you can answer, Lord, we ask that you meet them right where they're at. We ask that you change whatever difficulties might be going on in their life, whether it be financial, whether it be health, whether it be family issues, whether it be addiction. God, we just meet them right where they're at. Lord, thank you for always never forsaking us. Lord, even though that we forsake you for loving us when we're not easy to love. And Lord, we just ask that you bring answer to these cases. Lord, let justice be served in Evelyn's case. Let justice be served in Summer's case. Let justice be served in Michael Vaughn's case, and so on and so forth. There's so many cases in Jalissa Fuentes' case, Rodney's case. Let justice be served. And all the unnamed cases, that we would be here all night, Lord, that families out there that need peace and need answers, Lord. We ask that you meet them right where they're at. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, guys. For the day, everybody wants justice.
But justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate. Sorry, I was reading something in chat.
All right, guys. Till next time. We love you. And keep on cracking. God bless.
See ya.